In a post-GPT world, it's very obvious to our clients that the next source of edge is generative AI. With these new technologies, it helps speed up things while at the same time giving you customized, impactful information that you want on your team, your opponents, and players around the world. And it's tailored to situations that matter to you in the actual game itself. Everyone should be able to understand, from coaches to players, in order for something to actually resonate and have impact in the match itself. In order to achieve this, everything is private and customized to the client. We do not believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to the technology, so each team's expertise should be enhanced in its own way. Advantages in sports come from asymmetric situations, right? It could be a player that's stronger than another, somebody who has a weakness that's known that you can exploit. What generative AI does is it helps identify these things very quickly, right? You end up seeing things that your opponent doesn't see, and that creates kind of these asymmetrical balances in a match that a team can then capitalize on. So what's really interesting is that the sports that have team dynamics, where there's different players on the pitch or field or ice at a certain time interacting with each other, right? So right now, I think a problem with statistics is that it's just measuring an individual player, right? Almost in isolation. I think what really, really is powerful is kind of understanding the dynamics of a team and even the opposing lineup that you're facing that night. And that's where these kind of insights that kind of jump out that a human couldn't necessarily see before because of that mathematical complexity that goes behind understanding all those millions of interactions in that sport. So some of the unsolved problems in sports are understanding how passing networks work or how defensive networks work, right? These are complex systems where different players are interacting with each other. And the kind of more traditional statistics are measured on the offensive side, right? It's very easy for somebody to understand who's scoring the goal, who's contributing to that win, but it's harder to understand how those passes led up to that goal, or how that defensive network prevented that goal, or how even to exploit that defensive network to create that situation. So what generative AI is really, really good at is kind of taking a massive amount of information that the human mind can't really wrap their head around, and then layering on different types of models for different situations in the game itself, and then having those kind of new insights come to the forefront so that a team can actually kind of action on it and prepare before a match. What's really exciting is that things that seemed random before, for example, you might look at a shot map in a game and you can see only certain shots went in and there were a lot of attempts. Those things actually look less random after looking at what the AI says. You can see the reason why certain shots went in were actually a little bit more predictable, and the AI could see the reasons behind that than other shots, right? So it's really exciting because then teams and coaches get insights that they can really action on before a match.